So this Olympics, record TV ratings, like the highest rated sporting event on American television, did they say ever, that started before 9 a.m.? Which is an interesting line of delineation because NFL games in Europe kick off usually at 9 a.m., but this game started before that. And it got a lot of eyeballs, right? Put up great numbers for hockey. And I'm not sure this fan exists here in Detroit because this is such a big hockey town. But after the World Cup in soccer, after the Olympics with hockey, you're hoping to get, the league wants to get a post-Olympic bump. You know, the league is hoping that in the wake of a great moment, that hockey gets a bit of a bump. So what does that mean exactly? That means somebody tunes in and starts watching because of this.
Mm-hmm.
Does that fan exist in Detroit? And if so, call us, 248-539-9797. I don't know that it exists in Detroit because Detroit is a big hockey town. So I think everybody has sampled the NHL in Detroit. It's hard not to. And then maybe you weren't a fan and you'll stay not a fan. Maybe this brings you back. I don't know. But is anybody, because of the Olympics, going to have their TV on tonight or their radio on for the Red Wings in Ottawa? Do you think that fan exists in Detroit?
I think there might be some fan, like you're talking about the casual fan who just tuned in. I mean, because Red Wing fans know about the NHL.
Of course.
So I was going to say, like last night, for instance, Toronto took on Tampa Bay. And were there any people that tuned in last night in Detroit because, Austin Matthews, he plays for Toronto and he won the gold medal with Team USA?
I'm more skeptical of that than somebody saying, all right, I'm going to give this NHL thing a shot again with our team, the Red Wings. And obviously Dylan Larkin had a great run with the Reds. I hope that fan exists. I hope that there's such thing as a post-Olympic bump. I'm not sure. I think typically these things get overhyped because, you know, I mean, we don't see a huge bump for soccer after the World Cup.
No, but a lot of it could be timing. A lot of it it's okay. We're getting towards the final push here in the season, so Red Wing fans, they might tune in even more. You know, if they would tune in, I'd catch a couple games a week, but now they're going to tune into every game because the games just mean more at this point. Maybe that they were skeptical of Larkin before and then saw him play in the Olympics. You're like, well, you know what? Maybe I need to give him more credit, and there's just more attention paid to it. But
right.
You hope, at least I hope, as I'm a huge fan of professional hockey and hockey just in general, I really hope that there's a way that the NHL can capitalize on this and ride some momentum. It felt like maybe they missed an opportunity last year. I think that the whole merchandise thing is a huge miss already, which is unfortunate. But
and you wonder why they can't just make more. I had a friend in the equipment industry send me a text and say orders go in a year ahead of time. Who's going to order a USA Hockey jersey? It says expect a year delivery time, or even if they expedited it. In the wake of, and just so people know what Gator's referencing here, it was Darren Ravel who showed the Google search for USA Hockey jerseys went through the roof last Sunday morning after we won the gold. And he said it's a swing and miss, though, because they aren't going to make any more. They don't want to have any left over, so they have limited inventory, and they just sold out quickly, and there's no more to be made. And I said, just why is there no more to be made? Just say it's going to take 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. And my buddy said, you got to make those orders a year ahead of time. And if that's the case, who's going to wait a year for a jersey? I mean, some might, but it would certainly not be a big deal. But 248-539-9797. So does that fan exist in Detroit? Somebody who's going to sample the Red Wings tonight. Maybe you were a dormant hockey fan. Somebody who sampled it before didn't like it. Maybe you were never a hockey fan. But I'm not sure that's the case here in Detroit because it is such a great hockey town. We hope it's the case elsewhere. Hell, I hope it's the case everywhere.
I think it'll be interesting tonight with the game against Ottawa.
Yeah.
Now you're back to the NHL schedule. Brady Tkachuk is going to hammer Dylan Larkin into the boards at one point during this game, right? I mean, that's going to happen, yet they were, drinking beers together 2 days ago.
Let's go to Bobby in Sterling Heights. Hello, Bobby.
How you doing?
All right, Bobby.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily going to bring new hockey fans that are from Detroit, but I definitely think it's going to wake up, like you mentioned, the dormant fans. I'm thinking, if USA wins the World Cup in soccer, I don't know if I'm necessarily going to start watching soccer. It might get a little bump, but I definitely think it's going to wake up the bandwagon Red Wings fans.
It might. I mean, that's a good way to put it. I think Dylan Larkin in the USA sweater, it really helps Dylan Larkin in the Red Wing sweater. And I don't mean on the ice. I mean the interpretation of him. He seems in international play, he gets a lot of love from his teammates. And I feel like the little things stand out a little bit more. And maybe we've gotten so used to it we don't give him enough love. But international Dylan Larkin gets a ton of love from people outside of Detroit. So maybe,
yeah, I think you're right. I definitely think that those fans are maybe on the fence about Larkin or not sure are really kind of awakened to just how good of a player he really is.
Bobby, thank you for the phone call. Paul is next on 97.1. Hello, Paul.
Hey, guys. Appreciate you guys including me in the conversation.
Oh, great.
First off, if we're talking hockey, I want to say go green. How about Nighty and those boys up at East Lansing taking care of some business, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got 14
Karsch,
we got 4 teams in the state of Michigan that are in the top 18 teams in college hockey. It's amazing right now.
Exactly. Exciting to see what he's doing over there. Full disclosure, guys, I did grow up on the other side of the border. I'm not going to tell you I didn't. I finished school in 92, moved straight to the States. It's the greatest country in the world. The only thing that it's missing is the hockey coverage that we have in Canada. If they had that down here, it'd be fantastic. You guys know TSN. Here's the thing. Hopefully this gets a bump, and the bump I'm hoping for, I was coaching 8U hockey Sunday morning out at Novi. We're watching the game on the phones, and when they won in overtime, you would have swore those kids had won the medal, right? They're taking their helmets off, they're hugging each other, they're all excited. My parents are excited in the locker room afterwards. I'm hoping that this game brings more Americans into the greatest game ever. I mean, Doug, you still play.
Yep.
Your kid played. I mean, that's what it's all about. I play 3 mornings a week with some guys that are in their 70s. I mean, that's the people that love this game, and hopefully other folks who love sports watch that game.
It'll have an effect. It's going to have an effect, Paul. I mean, it certainly did in 1980 with that win, and somebody had tweeted and talked about it in to the 2010 and 2014 with those teams that competed. There was a big impact, and the impact is what you saw on Sunday. Is those players were influenced by what happened 10 and 15 years ago with these great performances by the American teams, and that's where we're looking at right now. It is strong. The U.S. national program is strong, and it's right in our backyard.
I know, right?
Which is really cool too. And now you're seeing with all these college teams too. Now that this is one of the things that Doug and I talk a lot about on and off the air is that the NHL did right. If you were drafted in the NHL and you're not ready to play in the NHL, you can stay in college.
They love not paying you.
Yeah, right.
And that's what it is. They love
let the colleges pay
draft you. We don't pay you. You go to college and you develop and get bigger there.
So you're seeing all types of top high-end NHL talent, soon to be NHL talent, that is playing in college hockey, that's playing for Michigan State, that's playing for Michigan, that's playing at Penn State. It's great.
248-539-9797. Is the bump a real thing? Anyone in Detroit going to sample the Red Wings and Ottawa tonight because of the Olympic gold on Sunday? Karsch and Anderson, 97.1.